Hey everybody, welcome to your daily tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. This is Michelle. How you doing? This is a general tarot card reading for anybody who needs it, and if you are supposed to hear it, that's why you're drawn here to hear it. It is not zodiac sign specific. It's not specific at all. I think that there's just insight that you can gain just because you're connected to a message that you trusted to tell you something. If you're looking for zodiac sign specific messages, then please find my premier YouTube channel, Born Without Boundaries Tarot. And that's where you'll find 12 zodiac sign specific messages every single week. All right, guys. It's Friday, TGIF. Hey, Intuitive Tumbleweed, good morning to you. TGIF. I'm going to be going live after this for my members only. So if you're interested, be a member, join a member, then you'll get members only live chats with me. But that's over on Born Without Boundaries Tarot, just so that you guys know. I will be chewing gum throughout this whole thing. I don't know. I need it. I want it. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Sha. Sha, I want to say thank you so much for all your support. You're just amazing. I know that you retweet my my tweet posts all the time, and I think that you're fabulous. So thank you so much for that. Hi there, Black Moon. Well, no need to put your questions in the comment area. Your questions will be answered by whatever the reading says, the reading states. So I'll get into the reading in a second, okay? Cash Glow, Nikki, what's up? I know, TGIF. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I did not feel like working today. Today is July 15th. I can't believe it. We are legitimately halfway through the summer. Not really. No, summer started June 21st. 3 weeks in. But we are definitely halfway through the year. It just kind of amazes me that life is changing the way that it is. Today's an interesting day, guys. Saturn and Uranus are square again. And when the two of them get square, I mean, think about it. Saturn is restriction and Uranus is expansion. But it's expansion through practicality and intellect. It's not just random expansion. It's not imaginative expansion. It's not faith expansion through faith like Neptune or Jupiter. It's well, Jupiter is more expansion through experience and allowing yourself to experience and learn through other people's experiences and by trying different things, trying new things. Neptune is expansion through faith, through absolute faith, and just through dreams itself. Like, doesn't have to make sense at all, but the dream realm is the ever expansive, right? There's no boundaries at all. But Uranus definitely has rules to it. It just likes to break the rules. It likes to make its own rules. It doesn't mean it doesn't like rules. It doesn't like other people's rules. And so there is a lot of contention, and yet the two have a lot of similarities too. And they're both rulers of Aquarius, which means they both think they're doing things for the greater good. At least that's the excuse they use. Uranus is energy that is very technological. It's technology. It's expansion through technology and science and mathematics. That's what it's expansion through. And so a lot of times placements with Uranus have to do with like the discovery of the internet, the discovery of Uranus itself, or just the expansion of something technological that helps us advance. It's interesting when Saturn and Uranus are squared, what you start to do is, I think Uranus gets really frustrated more than Saturn. And the reason being, it's because this is when glitches start to happen. And I don't know about you, but I've been feeling a lot of glitches happening with, uploading things or just communications not coming through, people not getting back to me. That's Uranus square Saturn. That's how it can play out, because usually it's bigger, it's on a grander scale. But it can definitely feel that way because it's almost like all these things, all this technology that we depend on, there's limitations. And when Uranus is square to Saturn, that's when those limitations are gonna be made very clear to us. And yes, it's those limitations that will definitely show us how we still need to grow and how we need to improve. And that's the practical use of Saturn square Uranus. But ultimately, it's frustrating in that we think we're going so fast, we think we're moving so fast, we think we have an advancement, when in reality it's all the imperfections are going to be pointed out. And Saturn is doing this because, you know what, that's what Saturn does. Saturn is like, but did you get it right? But did you get it right? Saturn is not the guy who's like going to give you an award for effort. There's no A for effort in Saturn land. Is it perfect? Because if it's perfect, you'll get an A. I'm more than happy to give somebody 100% who deserves that shit. But Saturn does not give any extra credit. It's not going to give you 105%. 100. If you've reached 100% from Saturn, let me tell you something. You are a fucking boss. You know your shit, because Saturn's all about being a hard ass. Uranus is all about being an inventor, being a creator. The last thing an inventor or creator wants to see after they think they've achieved something is that their achievement has all these quirks. And so I think in terms of our innovation, or how we're trying to expand or innovate our lives, or the changes we're going through in our lives, we're trying to make sense of things. We're trying to make sense of, why do I need this change? You know, and yes, I do need this change, but how am I going to be able to make it work? And if you're going through changes right now, including if you're moving, if you're changing jobs, usually it's not necessarily relationships, but definitely you could include that too. Any change you're going through, there's going to be that, well, how am I going to make this work? You know, what's on the other side? In Saturn square Uranus, you're not going to be able to think, I'm just going to leap right in. I'm just going to go for it. You're going to be, well, what's on the other side? And how is it going to play out after I've made this decision? You know, and am I really improving my situation, or are the quirks I have now going to be worse than the quirks I'll have? Are they going to be, am I really improving my situation? You know, so it's very cranial. It's got to make sense. Saturn is more practical. Uranus is more intelligent, but it's still got to work. It's got to function. Functionality is something that they both have in common. So this challenge between the two of them is really to improve functionality. The squares are a challenging relationship that happen to help us improve. So what they're improving, this square, what it improves is functionality, because that's the one thing they have in common. That's the common ground. Saturn, I want things to work effectively, efficiently, and predictively. And Uranus, I want things to work progressively. I want things to work brilliantly. I want things to move us forward. So things working, process, and purpose is not so much process, but purpose is 100% something they have in common. And that's what's going to be improved. So we're trying to improve, we're trying to improve the purpose of things. Like, why am I doing this? Why should we do this? Saturn's going to be like, you've got all these great ideas, Uranus. Nice. But what's the purpose of them? And Uranus's response to Saturn is going to be, well, what's the purpose of keeping them the same? Purpose of keeping them the same is at least we know what we're going to expect. But yeah, you know what you're going to expect, Uranus would answer, right? You know what you're going to expect. Look, you know what's going to be on the other side. Do you like it? You think this is good? Uranus is willing to take risks. Saturn is not. And that's really the contention. Saturn would rather the evil he knows and maintain it because he can maintain it. Whereas Uranus is, fuck it, we can't deal with evil at all. Uranus is very pure that way. I'm not dealing with any kind of fear or evil or constraint, right? I want to improve on this. Okay, you want to improve on this, then show me how it's going to improve and not just rip things apart and make it worse. Because Saturn would be more of a, if it was a person, he'd be more of a pessimist, and Uranus would be more of an optimist. You know, so in terms of, change, Uranus always thinks change is better than staying the same. And that's the major contention between the two, is that your Saturn is like, no, staying the same, at least we know what to expect. Change, that's chaos. And it could be even worse. And that's the contention right now. It's going to stick around for a while. And while the two fight it out, technology kind of like is taking some hits. All the quirks, all the things that really don't work coming to the surface. And then we have, hold on, a beautiful grand trine between Neptune, the south node, and the sun conjunct Mercury. And this is a tight conjunction. And they'll get even tighter over this weekend. And this is why I think we're going Uranus's way, and that the innovations you have to say yes to now. Instead of Saturn trying to make you afraid of it, trying to make you feel like, oh, you can't trust it. Uranus is sextile to this Mercury sun conjunction. And that means we are on point, brilliant. There's brilliance in the air right now, because a sextile is not a trine. If it was a trine, I might think, I don't know. It just means they're harmonious, they're vibing. But a sextile means they're functioning, they're working, they're figuring things out. It's a do, it is a progress, and there is progress that's happening right now with the planets. The Uranus sextile, a conjunction. I'll tell you right now, because the sun is involved, you're going to know yourself better now than you ever would have. Over this weekend, a complete illumination about who you are and what really matters to you and which direction you should go in. And I've told you guys quite a few times, if you know, then just do, because it is through our brain and our knowing that we're going to have these realizations of, okay, that maybe it doesn't even make much sense, but this is what's right for me now. And it will make sense. You'll have the intellect to be able, but it does make sense because of this, and this, right? What are our feelings doing? Neptune and the moon. Where's the moon? The moon is in Aquarius. The moon is conjunct Saturn. That's so interesting. The moon is conjunct Saturn now, just like Mercury is conjunct the sun. Same degrees, actually. Interesting. And there's awkwardness between the two. Awkwardness. Happy Friday to you, Paige. Hey, Brian. Good morning, Sharon. Hey, Miss Minnie. Hey, guys. Hi, Lala. Yeah, Shaz, Assange, you would probably lean more toward Uranus. Absolutely, because Jupiter and Uranus can do a lot more together than Jupiter and even Saturn. Though, hi, cutie. Hold on. My dog wants to say hi to me. Hello to you, Boogie Boo. I've missed you. Okay. That's enough. Stop. Hello to that mama's girl. Oh, stop growling at the go. Go. You're going to bring in or out? Stop. Do you hear her? She gets so bitchy. Not toward me, toward Copper, my nephew dog. She bullies him endlessly. She doesn't like when he comes near me. What a little fucker she is. Oh, she's so cute, though. Hey, guys. So, hey. I'm happy you popped on. Hey, Michelle. Thanks for popping on in South Africa. I love it. So, there's this interesting aspect. It's awkward. It's awkward aspect. It's like something just ain't right. And let me put it this way. We know what that means because we have Sun Saturn conjunction. We don't feel right. We just don't feel right about something. And I think that that's emotionally we're unsettled. You'll be able to definitely make your decision. Emotionally, if you're an emotional person, the moon will conjunct on Sunday, the moon will conjunct Neptune. And that's when you'll be able to really get right with things. If you're a Cancerian, if you're more driven by emotions, things will make more sense for you at that point. Because that's time to this Mercury Sun conjunction. Things will make more sense to you then. If you're an emotionally driven person, things will things make sense to you. There's a clash with Saturn moon conjunction. These are two energies that don't come together very well, but it's a mother father energy. This sense of tag teaming right now. Tag teaming. We're tag teaming. It's almost like the stuff we learned from who we used to be in our childhood is clashing or making us feel awkward with the innovation that we want for us today. Because that's the Sun and Mercury. Who we are today, living in the now and our future. So it's almost like our future is clashing with our past, with what we've experienced from the past. And it's clashing in a way to make us innovate and make us realize something. In some ways, if we use the psychic energy of the moon, then we can start to dig into, okay, well, what does that past, maybe I can give meaning to the past that I've never been able to give meaning to before. And I can understand it in a way now that I've never been able to understand it before. And that will inform which direction I have to go. So that's something I'd like you guys to focus on too, is working psychically like that. Instead of emotionally, work psychically. They're different. They're not the same. Emotion is just like a release of your tensions. Emotion will show you what the psyche is dredging up. And you just have to release it, right? And then try to visualize it. And you'll be able to visualize it by the time that moon conjuncts Neptune in a couple of days. You'll be able to really maybe even dream about it to be able to put it in a comprehensive visual manner. All right. I know you guys have questions. And so I'm going to get into the reading. And hopefully this reading is going to answer your questions for you. So let's go. Thank you to the 27 of you who have jumped on. God bless you. Remember, I am doing a members only live chat over on Born Without Boundaries Tarot. You guys have questions for me, like personal questions, you can bring them over there. Join that membership, go over there. We'll do a members only chit chat. And then a little later on today, I'm probably also going to be going live for everyone. First, we have Princess of Wands, something new starting, and then Ace of Cups. These two together, the most practical answer is there's a new romance. Done. Nobody asked for that shit, but that's what it is. Brand new. It comes up suddenly with Princess of Wands. And all of a sudden it comes up. Ace of Cups means, but it's something that could last forever. Something that could last a long time. The Tower is in reverse here. That's dealing with anxiety or picking up the pieces after craziness has happened. Queen of Pentacles. This is money, finances, somebody who's very good with money. There's maybe been a lot of anxiety around money or surrounding money. We got another card that fell out here. Oppression, not as much work. Or the straw that broke the camel's back. The straw that broke the camel's back, therefore, has got to do with something with work. Got to do with something with work, anxiety, something around work, being anxious. No matter how hard you try, nothing's moving forward, or doing too much, taking on too much, and honestly, just tired of it, sick of it, and that's adding up, blocking you. Queen of Pentacles is here, which means that there is sharp decision making, good decision making, somebody who's an entrepreneur, somebody who is really good, usually a woman, but it could be just a feminine, really good, practical with money. She's not necessarily really practical with herself. She doesn't leave a lot for her own, but she certainly can handle things very well. And then the Empress is here, which means a great deal of abundance. A great deal of abundance. And a great deal of success, which is important. This could also be pregnancy. Somebody who's been working their ass off. You may be prioritizing money too much, or somebody who's working their ass off or investing a lot of money into becoming pregnant, in which case there's a good sign that that will happen. Seven of Pentacles, something has just escaped you, like something that you have been working on and you've been trying everything. And it's just been failing over and over and over again. Two of Pentacles is money is a little unstable. There's a shift. Something is changing. Everything that you were doing isn't working anymore. The old shit is worn out. You have to find something new and innovative. The Hermit is here, which is just a regular old plain old job. It's also spending some time by yourself, but it's also day in, day out, committing yourself to work and getting better or healing. And then we have our Temperance. So, interestingly enough, this failure could be perceived failure just because it didn't happen in the time that you wanted it to happen. But y'all know the universe is not on our time schedule. So something may not be wrong. It's just a sense of it has to keep going. Something's not ready to blossom yet. But the Hermit is upright and the Temperance is upright. So it's almost like saying you will find a way to work things out. Something is figuring itself out. Three of Wands. This is investing in the future so it can come back. It's like, what do you think about the future? Maybe something you've already done to change things up will actually be paying off relatively soon and bring a great deal of success back to you. Princess of Swords. This could also be an idea. Maybe you just had an idea, or you just had a communication that will actually balance you out. Okay. So who did this communication come from? That's what I want to know. I want to make sure that hey, Miley Lane, that's what gotcha. You already have the power, Michelle. You already have the power, Michelle. I'm telling you, once you've come to the conclusion, which you already have, because you just told us, you already have the power. You don't come to the conclusion until you have the power. The perception of you not having the power is based on fears of your life switching and changing, but that's bullshit and that's inconsequential. Once you have come to the aha moment and the realization, you do have the resources and the power to be able to get out of that relationship and make the change now. You could leave today. And there is not a damn thing the universe could take from you that you couldn't live without. Not a damn thing. or that you couldn't get back once you're free and clear of the toxicity. It works hand in hand. You have the power to make the change as soon as you realize you have to make the change. God makes that be in sync. So you do have the power. You do. You have the power. So what is this? Queen of Wands is strength, courage, self-esteem, realizing and knowing that what you are and who you are is all you need to move forward. We got lots of queens here. People who get things done and have confidence in their abilities. Queen doesn't necessarily have so much confidence in herself as she has confidence in her abilities or in her art form. She knows what she's good at and she is good at it. Like the Queen of Pentacles, she's exceptional at working with money. Queen of Wands, she's exceptional at working with her creativity. So if they could focus on just what they're good at, that's how they will make progress in their life, to just put your whole focus on what you're good at. But if you could be easily distracted by other people, like the Queen of Wands could be easily distracted by the attention she gets, and the Queen of Pentacles could be easily distracted by what she can do with the money she has and giving it all away. That's the kind of thing that could get easily distracted. So if you keep your focus on your creativity, you keep your focus on what you're good at. If you're scared, if you think you're not ready, you are ready. Keep your focus on what you're exceptional at and move forward through that conduit. That's your conduit to freedom, if you will. We have 10 of Pentacles. There's a house for you. This is also success. Disappointment, turn that frown upside down, because honestly, we're going to be okay. Something that really disappointed you, or you couldn't solve the problem, you couldn't fix it, you didn't understand what was going on. It's all this failure, something that kept failing, didn't make any sense, or we couldn't figure out the solution or the answer to. That is what is being fixed today, tomorrow, this weekend. Something is going to breakthrough where suddenly functionality becomes obvious. It becomes clear to us. And that's why that square between Uranus and Saturn is actually good for us, because that's when functionality gets highlighted and it gets clarified and it gets improved. Let me see. Thanks, everyone. I do need to work on show. We know that. Today I asked someone, the universe is great like that, Jess. And you know what? I feel like that's what I always try to say is there was a block. If there's a block, it's blocking more than you realize. And by you asking somebody else out, you unblock that fear of connecting, that fear of dating, that fear of being rejected. Once you face that fear of being rejected, the block unblocked and things could start flowing again. And then you would be accepting of that person who wanted to ask you out. Do you know what I'm saying? It had to happen that way because there was a blockage. There was an energetic blockage. And once you asked that other person out, it unblocked you, which allowed abundance in. So this is what I'm talking about. Places that we don't even know are blocked. And over this weekend, we're going to get clarification and basically Drano. It's almost like Drano. It's like, let's fix the blockages. Let's unblock the blockages so that we can make this as what's currently around. We can make that as productive and useful as possible. It's like, that's what Saturn will insist on. I don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. So, okay, so let's see how to make the current structures and systems, we have to make them work better. Can they be more efficient? Yes is the answer. And that's what Uranus is going to figure out, how to make the current system more efficient. Or if you can't, then Saturn will have no choice but to say, okay, break this down. This actually has to change. Hi, Sophie. Nice. The Hierophant is here and the Sun card is here. Not really in reverse. I don't really see it as in reverse. The Hierophant is here. This is Taurus energy, which is a sense of tradition, a sense of standards, keeping those standards high. This is also industrial standards, could be. There could be some ego involved, but the Sun is coming out kind of on the other side of things. The Sun is coming out. The Sun is coming out. The Sun is coming out. I'll tell you right now, it's like you just have to keep doing. I've been saying this for a while. You just have to keep doing what you're doing. I know it seems like something is wrong, but the blockages aren't actually, in terms of your work, your career, the blockages aren't actually yours. There's a systemic blockage that's going on, and you just got to wait for your block to be unclogged. It will. It will. So don't give up. This is 7. Keep working. Keep working on whatever you're working on. Don't give up. Don't compromise your standards. And that's how you will stand out, by not compromising your standards. That is 100% what you have to maintain right now. And I know that it's stressful, but ultimately it's worth it. It's worth it. We have practice. Practice makes perfect. Also finding groups of people who want to practice with you. Or it's like you can learn from others. You may not be able to understand your problems. These blocks, you can't do anything more with them. You don't even know that they're there. But if you just open it up to other people, those fucking blocks are just going to be, you're going to push through. They're just going to push through. They're going to help you, because you need other people's input. It's like peer editing that we used to do in grade school. That's kind of what you need right now, because you've gotten to a point where you can't see your own mistakes anymore, and somebody else will, and you'll be able to help them, and vice versa. You'll be able to help them see what they haven't thought of before. So it's a good time right now to open yourself up, but to somebody who cares about the same things you care about. So morally, you're on the same kind of plane of existence. Prosperity lies ahead. If you do what I say, just do it. Just open yourself up. Open yourself up to like somebody else's, not criticism. It's not criticism, expertise. Open yourself up to somebody else's clarity. Talk to people, talking to people, practicing people, playing with people, not playing like mind games, but like interacting. That's kind of like the key to success right now, because you need different perspectives. And Uranus teaches us that too, because Uranus is a social energy. It rules Aquarius. So it's like, get out there. We talked about it. We talked about it a couple days ago. Isolation is the dream killer. And it's because you can only go so far on your own. So one of the suggestions that Spirit is offering now is get out there and start to practice and interact with other people. Let them review your work, review theirs. Let them hear your story, hear theirs. You'll be able to share insights because you have perspectives that the other doesn't have. And prosperity lies ahead. This is Taurus energy. You've gone as far as you can go, isolated. You can't go any further in isolation anymore. Just letting you know. No. We have, oh, there you go. There's that Uranus energy. There's Andromeda here. Andromeda. And that is feeling like a stranger in a strange land. feeling like the odd man out, feeling like you don't fit in, or really being somebody who doesn't fit in, somebody who's strange, somebody who's different. But at the same time, it's brilliant and everybody will be interested and intrigued, or those aspects of yourself that you just don't feel fit in. They are going to be highlighted right now. It's your oddities that make you valuable. Interesting. By the book. Oh, that's powerful because we have Uranus, this is Aquarian energy, and by the book, this is Saturn energy. Prosperity lies ahead. So hold on. I want to see how long this square lasts. For a while. Oh, interesting. Oh no, hold on. It lasts for a while, guys. It may last like the rest of this year. Yeah, it may last the rest of this year. This Saturn square Uranus. That's crazy. Holy crap. Hold on. Stop. Not to the end of this year. Not to the end of this year does that square go away between Uranus and Saturn. But at the end of this year, it does. It's like everything is being overhauled. And you know when that happens? It happens when the sun, Venus, Mercury, and Pluto are all in Capricorn. And it's Christmas. It's December 25th. Let's see what kind of a fucking gift we get then, where everything suddenly makes sense. This is during Capricorn season at the end of this year, when everything finally makes fucking sense. The shift is beginning now. Okay. That's interesting. Something's just begun now. This overall of functionality. And there's this awkwardness with Venus too. Awkwardness when it comes to our finances, how we feel about ourselves, and our finances. There's something that actually ends up happening. July, August, September, October, November. 5 months from now. I got to study this more. I want to think about it. I want to think about what it means. But now is a really good time to innovate. Now is a really good time to gather that criticism and use it to help you innovate and figure things out for yourself. Now is a really good time to do that. Now, because that's when it all of a sudden becomes fruitful 5 months from now. Interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. I know this is a daily, but sometimes we stumble upon shit. We have clearing negativity, release negativity from within or around you. And that's those blocks. That negativity is those blocks. Fear. That's what it is. We may need to move slowly on this one, but ultimately we will be able to move. And it's in that slowness where we're moving slowly that we're actually going to figure things out. What else is trying to figure out? Let's go to the angel messages. I really just want to ask then for all of us, but what are we supposed to do? Well, let's get a who. Let's get a who. Who does this involve? Who does this involve? Trust in the higher forces. So trust in a shaman, trust in faith. This could be an ally right now, a shaman, somebody who understands the spirit realm and see beyond the current situation. Is you're not going to be able to predict this future. But a shaman, it's not about a seer. It's not about a fortune teller. It's about somebody who dives deep and digs deep to unblock. The blockages are the problem. This is who you need help from now. A spiritual cleanser and healer, not a fortune teller, not somebody who's going to tell you your future. You're going to tell you your future by making the decisions to build the future. You're going to create the future, but there are blocks, and the person who needs to be your ally right now is somebody who can help you unblock that. Even faith, maybe even religion on some levels. But there is just this sense of having faith is going to enable you to unblock what you need to unblock in order to be able to move forward. Okay, so what's the decision we should make? I think that's really what I want to know. Should we stay or should we go now? Should we stay or should we go now? Should we stay or should we go? What is the decision we need to make? The one card that, no, two. The Sun card and the Strength card. You should believe in yourself. You have a stronger, it's like you're strengthening yourself. You're becoming a stronger version of who you are, but that didn't answer my question. Should we stay or should we go? That's what I want to know. Got to answer my question, God. Believe in yourself. If you believed in yourself, it wouldn't matter if you stayed or went, because either way, it's not about moving. It's about pushing through, believing in who you are. Either way, you will make this work out if you hold to the integrity of who you are. It doesn't matter where you are or who you're around. But you can make the decision who makes you feel better, who makes you feel stronger. Where do you feel stronger about yourself? Answer that question and you'll have the answer to what do I do next? Where do you feel stronger about who you are? Which decision makes you feel better about everything that you are? Not your ego, your real truth, who you are, your God source. What empowers you? What surrounding empowers you? What job empowers you? What relationship empowers you? Answer that question honestly, and then you will figure out exactly which move to make next. Kindness. Imagine kindness. Imagine. Clearly visualize the life you want. Feel it in your heart and soul, and so it will come to be. And then kindness. A kind gesture rekindles your belief in the power of love. Remember to be kind. Thank you so much. Nikki, I said yesterday that I needed to start believing in myself more. And I want you to, it's okay. So it's believing in yourself is a whole gamut of stuff. It's not just one thing. It's a series of, it's continuous work. But this is, where are you and what do you need to be around that empowers everything that you are? Is it yoga class? Is it living at home? Is it moving to a specific state? Is it getting out of a relationship? Is it staying in a relationship right now? What will make you feel the strongest? And that's how your feelings can guide you toward the truth, your where what's right for you. You will know, where do you really feel comfortable? Where do you really feel happy? What really makes you content? Those things, it's not about pleasure. Those things will guide you toward where you need to be and the decision you need to make for this point in your life. Don't question it, do it. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you on Monday. No, I won't. Actually, I'm traveling on Monday. I'm traveling Monday and Tuesday. I'm heading back to San Diego. So, yeah. So, I will definitely not be on a daily on Monday or Tuesday. I might be on at night, depending on how tired I am and if I can get reliable internet access. Because for these live streams, we need reliable internet access. But so I may not be on Monday or Tuesday, but I'll definitely back on Wednesday. I love you guys. Please keep loving yourselves. Oh, I understand. I understand, Adam. I understand. I understand. So thank you so much for pointing yourself out as, this piece of shit that you are. And yeah, thank you so much for letting me know who to block from my channel. And so it's been done. And I'm sorry that more people are coming on that are pieces of shit. And so what I will start doing is expanding the subscriber who can participate in the live chats. Who can participate in the live chats. I don't know why they don't let me block this poor person. So maybe I just need to put it out for, a certain next level, because clearly a day is not good enough to keep pieces of shit off my channel. So we'll figure it out. I love you guys so much. And I will, so yeah, I love you guys so much. All it means, what I've been talking about, is I can set a certain subscriber time span for who can participate in the chat, not who can watch the video, but who can participate in the chat. And I don't like trolls. I hate them. I can't stand them. I can't stand people who make rude comments. And so what I do is I require people to have been subscribed for a certain amount of time. As it was pointed out, I think last week by Lala, I used to be 2 weeks. You had to be a subscriber before you could participate in the chat. And then I put it down to a day, wanting to open it up to more people. They're enthusiastic about finding this. They find me usually through Born Without Boundaries Tarot. And ultimately, it's like, I want them to be able to participate. I welcome their voices. And 2 weeks is a long time to ask somebody to wait if you're here for a live chat. But I will toggle with it a little bit more to make sure that doesn't happen again. I love you guys so much. Thanks, Holly. And you take care too, Paul. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you next week.